finding the time to join us. So let's quickly go to the first topic for discussion, where the All Progressive Congress Presidential Screening Committee has disqualified 10 aspirants from 8 primaries scheduled for today, June 5 and June 6th. That's tomorrow. The chairman of the committee, John Egun, revealed this on a Friday. According to him, only 13 out of the 23 aspirants screened were cleared by the committee. However, when asked about the identity of the disqualified aspirant, Egun declined to disclose the names. He added that, contrary to rumors making the rounds, it did not screen former President Goodluck Jonathan. He said the committee didn't screen Jonathan virtually, nor did he appear at the screening venue. The former chairman noted that 10 presidential aspirants did not meet up with the expectation of the party, leaving only 13 shortlisted to jostle for the ticket of the ruling APC. So let's start talking now. There are so many questions. I don't know where to start from, but we just have to start from somewhere, right? Why do you think he wasn't screened?
Jonathan, that is?
Yes, Jonathan, yes. Because, I mean, the major talking point here is about him.
I will not agree with that.
Okay.
Because I think whoever brought about a Goodluck Jonathan contesting the 2023 election was the greatest mischief maker. Okay. Read my lips and hear me very carefully. And I'm rather glad, I'm very, very happy for the gentleman, former President, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan. If he had made the mistake of venturing out, not so much venturing out, but going to APC to contest, the APC that sacked him from office, that ousted him, what terrible name in this world was he not called? Let me repeat. Whoever brought about that discussion about our former president, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, contesting, was merely a mischief maker who showed all of us a red herring to distract us. We had to keep our eye on the ball between PDP and APC, between Atiku and whoever emerges in APC. Such news. Now, you say that he has not come out to either confirm his membership of the APC or is contesting.
No, but the APC chairman in his local ward come out to confirm. So it's already confirmed that he's a member of APC.
Sir, at a point, somebody who claims to be a spokesperson for the former president said no. All this is just political intrigue. That Jonathan was not a member of APC. I would rather believe that Jonathan was not a member of APC. For you to understand this, let's put it in perspective. Look at a group of Almajiris who came together and ostensibly they purportedly put together 30 million naira. Almajiri and 30 million naira to purchase from for Goodluck Jonathan. Well, how does that strike you? So whoever could come together to pretend to be purchasing from for a man who has not given you his fiat, who has not instructed you to do that, such a person also could also pretend, or those who are writing this script could say, let us say he registered in our ward with APC. If you know what is good for you, don't trust these politicians. Somebody has warned all of us that if a politician said to you good morning, before you answer good morning, check, look outside, whether it is not night.
Wait, let's get this straight now. You're saying you don't believe?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because it does not make any sense.
It's been confirmed.
No, depending on what news you are reading or where you are looking at. Sir, let's be a bit of logical here.
Okay.
What would a Goodluck Jonathan be looking for coming back to contest the presidency?
Now, that's the question on everyone's lips.
Yes, some have said in politics people are never satisfied. Remember Femi Falana went to court. I said, why are you people so mischievous? This gentleman having taken the oath of office of the presidency of Nigeria twice, he is no longer qualified to contest the presidency of this country. Remember that after he served the tenure of his principal, Yar'Adua, and he contested afresh and ran from the beginning of his own tenure to the end. The moment the incumbent president got in, he passed a law, and I hope Nigerians have not forgotten that law, that whoever succeeded his principal and has taken oath twice shall not be eligible to contest. That law is still there. It has not been set aside. Hence, the continuing script of the mischief makers going to court on behalf of Jonathan, whether he could contest or not. That
well, the court came out to say he's eligible to contest.
To say he's eligible to contest.
Yes.
Did you see Jonathan in court? All this, let me repeat, is just to add to the entertainment we are watching. A good luck Jonathan, at the level at which he has gotten, remember, he has become an ambassador to the country. He's doing so well as a diplomat now. For him to now make the greatest mistake anybody at that level could make, to come back to contest. If we are saying maybe PDP, yes, it is the game of politics, intrigue, subterfuge, and those sort of things. But of all parties, APC, hey, look beyond what you are saying.
Well, he's a politician.
There is politics for you. Pure mischief. Pure mischief. Pure mischief.
But some homology has rescripted what I, because for us here, it's already confirmed that he's a member of APC. So we've gone past
that confirmation.
We've gone past that.
Mischief.
But he's bringing a lot of questions. So where do you stand here?
You know, when I heard this, the rumor, I think that's the appropriate word.
It's no longer rumor. It's been confirmed.
It's a rumor, Gadi. It's a rumor
that the APC was planning to make him president. I laughed at it because I never actually believed it. But that is not to say that perhaps attempts were not made behind the scene to try to. I think what they were trying to do is to destroy the guy's image, because they believe that in the next coming election, perhaps a lot of people still have sympathy for him. People, particularly in the south, a lot of people feel that he was adorned during that election, and that may affect, if he comes out to campaign for a particular person, for example, maybe let's say in the PDP or any other political party, that may garner some, sympathy for that candidate in the south. And so, in order to destroy him, I believe this whole idea was scripted.
Okay.
I'm not even saying that it wasn't possible that they even made the offer, right? The offer may have been made and all that, but the man was smart enough not to have confirmed it, because if he had done that, his image would have completely been destroyed. In fact, whatever political relevance he had in the past would have been nothing. Would have become nothing.
Now, here's the thing. He's been a former president, and he's conversant with how the game is played. But the aspect of the game we're talking about here is information. We're in information period where informations will just have to come out. If it's not the right one, it's going to be the wrong one. And if the information is not coming out from the right person, it's going to come out from the wrong person. He's been here before. So him not coming out to deny or confirm, isn't it dangerous? I mean, not coming out to deny or confirm is like confirmation, because the chairman of the board has come out to confirm it.
See,
hold on, has come out to tell the public that Jonathan is a member of APC. He registered few hours after he rejected that form, and the former president has not come out to caution or deny that, hey, don't soil my name, I have not joined APC. The fact that he has not even come out to deny it shows confirmation, don't you think?
I don't
because
think
that's a very huge news for someone to keep quiet about.
I don't think so. With the level he has gotten to, he has people managing his reputation and image, right? And,
even image maker.
One of the advice could have been that, look, you don't
join issues.
Now, you see, like I said, I'm not saying that perhaps attempts were made to try to get him to be interested, and in the process leave him hanging and then destroy his image so he will be unable to garner sympathy votes from the southern part of the country. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but if you look at it, on the eve or the same day as the same day they were doing their PDP was doing doing the screening. The day the screening was done, he posted something on social media that was somewhere in another part of the world doing something else. That should tell you something. That look, I'm not involved in this process. You know, he wouldn't be doing that if he was actually interested in becoming president through the APC. Because I watched that, I actually monitored that very clearly. On Facebook, he did a very detailed post about what he was doing. On the day of the screening.
Not involved in the screening doesn't tell us if he's a member of APC or not. That is the problem.
Even the issue of being a member of APC, with the way politicians are going by now, if perhaps there's concrete evidence of that, many people that published it, maybe they should publish the card that is signed.
It's published. It's already everywhere. No. He's a spokesperson. Neither him nor his spokesperson have not confirmed.
No, but I just told you that at a point, a spokesperson for Goodluck Jonathan said it was all politicking. That Goodluck Jonathan was not a member of the APC.
Exactly.
It was categorically denied. Having said that, please do not forget that this is the era of fake news. Fake news is not only limited to makers of fake news on social media. Even in politics. Let me give you a terrible example of fake news. Our president, Muhammadu Buhari, some persons not put videos of his purported burial, that the gentleman in office now is one Sudanese from wherever. That is the level to which people will go with fake news. And I think what His Excellency, former president, has done here is to hold on to that cliche, that white saying, that the best answer for a fool is silence. The closest to which Jonathan came to address this issue of whether he was contested or not was when some persons visited him, a group in Abuja, and he came out to address them. And he said he was still contemplating, he was still thinking about whether he should contest or not, but never that he had become a member of APC. And I repeat myself, becoming a member of APC for a man with the past record of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, past president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is totally illogical. So I am not surprised that he was not at the screening. Neither was he screened.
Okay, now a story here from Daily Post. Right. This is a reputable daily. Saying President Goodluck Jonathan's aides, Bashir Ahmed, has confirmed Goodluck Jonathan's defection to the All Progressive Congress. Sir, I can't come out here when I don't have. Sir,
today
that is one. That is one.
The two of us, wait, sir. The two of us seem to be on the opposite side with you.
I'm the journalist here.
Wait, sir. We are not in a contest with you. We are saying we respect your position, but we owe a duty to the public not to misinform them or mislead them. We are not even taking any position here. We want you to understand this.
Okay.
We are dealing with what we have. What we have presently is that Goodluck Jonathan did not show up at the screening. Goodluck Jonathan did not take part in the screening, either virtually or physically. That closes it for us. He could not have been interested, and he was not interested. Look, this so-called, sir, you have just quoted the newspaper now. I will not mention their name. There are some otherwise reputable newspapers that have published stories that people have come up to say, what nonsense? My lawyer, you will hear from my lawyer. And the moment the lawyer writes them, you see them publishing a retraction with big apology on front page. So never quote anything on social media to us. What if this person says?
This is not social media.
Wait, sir. It's a publication, not emanating from Galaxy. Somebody wrote it. We are telling you that this is the age of fake news. But the reality, you know, Elvis knows, my humble self, I know, is that Goodluck Jonathan did not take part in the screening. And by logical extension, will not take part.
And that is where the premise of this program was coming from. Yeah. You know, the debate here was not whether I was a member of APC or not.
Okay.
According to our findings, he's a member of APC.
Your findings?
Yes.
Our own finding says he's not a member of APC.
Now, the argument here is not whether he's a member of APC or not. Okay. By our findings, he's a member. The question was, why wasn't he involved in the screening? If the rumor. Now, he's a member of APC. That's been confirmed. At least
no,
by us.
We are not subscribing to that.
But it's different from being a member of APC and contesting.
Remember, that is the basis.
For the president.
Before he could contest under APC,
yes,
the foundation upon which he has to build is first for his membership to be confirmed. Now his membership has not been confirmed, so there's no basis for him to contest anything.
By who? By him?
By the party. The National Party has not confirmed him. He did not even buy the form, other than the expression of interest, which was purchased on his behalf. Remember?
Solomon,
yes.
I was going to say that before you can be involved in the screening process,
yes,
you must have purchased the form.
Yes. The form.
And the form, there are so many places where you have to sign. I've seen a copy of the form.
Now that is
one
of the questions.
For you to even ask whether or not, why didn't he participate at the screening?
He didn't buy the form.
That would suggest, for example, that he actually purchased the form, signed it, and submitted. That didn't happen. So there was even no need. There's even no need to talk about his involvement in the screening process.
It's one of the many questions we have, because if he's joining a member of APC, on what capacity?
Sir,
in what capacity?
Constitutionally.
Because the room, now this is where the rumor comes in. The rumor was, as he's joining a member of APC, the APC is trying to use him to play a chess game because of the various clamor for Southern presidency. So he will come in and do his last 4 years to pacify the Southerners. Okay, there is a Southern presidency, then they will go back to the North. That's the chess game that's being rumored. So if he's coming in as APC and he's not bought a presidential ticket, he's not involved in the screening, then what is his job in APC? What is his?
Solomon, I think the point is that, like I said earlier, it's not out of place to think that perhaps there were moves
yes,
to get him into the
and it's not out of place to think there's still moves.
Now it's
not. No, it's too late in the day.
How are you going to do it when you don't?
It's too late in the day.
I mean, this is Nigeria.
That would be one of the wonders of the world.
Yes, it's not logical.
Tomorrow,
but we see wonders happen in this country.
So it was unthinkable.
It's unthinkable.
I mean, it's something I can't even imagine.
It's not
that
possible.
the APC, as presently constituted, will give a Jonathan the presidential ticket. It was not possible. Now, the only thing I feel was done was to show the Southern people and say, look, this person you even claim to be your so-called hero or whatever it is one of us. Is a politician anyway.
It's all intrigue.
It was meant to rubbish him so that he won't have any role to play really. In this, right now, he won't have any role because he wasn't really involved in the PDP process that led to the.
He wasn't involved at all.
Okay?
He wasn't.
He's also not involved in the process that's going to lead to the emergence of the
PDP
presidential candidate. So that's what they wanted to achieve, and they have achieved it.
Because that's another reason where the rumor that he's a member of APC seemed to be growing louder, because he was not, as a former president of that party and as it were a major chieftain of the party right now, he should have been of PDP, rather.
PDP, right?
He should have been involved in the process, either in advisory capacity or something, but he was nowhere to be found.
Let's take a lesson from Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Having left office, he tore his PDP card and said to the whole world, he was now a father of all.
He's taking a backseat from politics. But Jonathan did not miss.
No, he may not necessarily say it by means of words, but body language. And then you said something which we of necessity have to clarify. When you say there's a clamor for a south or southeast president, the core Igbo man would not agree with you that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was representing that great clamor for the southeast to produce the next presidency. And all this great clamor, in fact, if he had come out as was rumored, and finally you yourself, you use the word rumor. If he had come out, the Igbos who was greatly clamoring for the presidency to come to the southeast, not south, will have seen him as the greatest betrayal of our time. So wherever you look at it, it will not have made any logical thinking, any sense for a man of his caliber to come out and so totally rubbish himself. Therefore, he did not take part because he did not buy the form. He did not buy the form because he could not afford to be disgraced. He would have ended up being disgraced. He stands no chance against an Atiku Abubakar. Where will he be coming from? No, so let me repeat, sir. Did you not see, I'm repeating myself for emphasis, what the party called APC did to Jonathan while he was in office?
Which is why it was a huge shock that, I mean, he joined
Yes,
the party.
and which is why, the more reason why, you know, it is not believable. It is fantasy. In the realm of people playing with our emotions.
Politics, anything
people playing with our emotions.
Anyway.
Not a good luck Jonathan becoming president.
But what will you advise, like, if you're his aide to, at least, don't you think it's better for him to just come out and address the issue once and for all, and just bury it?
Perhaps they have their reasons for not coming out to say expressly that, look, the former president, wasn't involved in this process, can never be involved in the process. But as an honorary person in my own corner, I would say that if I were in his shoes, I would do what you are saying.
Come out and clear the air.
Because right now we don't know where he is. Like I said before, during the course of the PDP primaries and all the politics that has gone over time, he has not been involved. We didn't see any element of his involvement in the process. Now in the APC, we are not seeing it, save for the rumor that appears to have been dispelled with his non-participation in the process, and the fact that we also heard, in fact, the only time, you mentioned before that the ward chairman in his locality had come out to say he's not a member of the party. But I remember hearing even from that story that, look, the national leadership of the party has not approved it. So, so right now he's nowhere. He's in a political limbo, so to say.
Yeah, because the rumor came out.
What I can say is that, you see, politics is deep. What they have done, they have succeeded in dismantling his political reputation, as
his saintly reputation,
and the kind of sentimental votes he could have been able to engineer for, a candidate of the PDP or any other political party.
And him not even involved too doesn't exactly spell good for the PDP.
If he ever thought he was going to be president again, then that would make him one of the. I don't want to use the word.
Just like you quoted in a paper. Sorry, Evans. Just like you quoted the paper. Here is a newspaper Punch having a headline saying Jonathan, not APC member, says party's vice chairman. So which one do we take?
Why is the vice chairman the one? Anyway, the
so
chairman.
It is all mischief. And like Efis has also repeatedly said, Jonathan cannot afford.
Then he should just come out and just spare off the whole issue.
Sometimes silence is greater than you talking.
And sometimes, not all the time.
Yes.
In issue like this, silence is the best.
If the former president were to come out, some persons have said he was compelled to come and say what he said. Some have said, so there was also some people were behind him with a Kalashnikov, with AK-47, they were telling him that he should go and deny being a man. So the man has kept quiet. You have no opportunity of discussing him in whatever way. He's a lawyer, I'm a lawyer. When we come to construction, he is a member. He is a member. It's a different thing. We are very, very careful with expressions. Comma, is, was. So Jonathan, as far as I am concerned, has done very well by allowing Nigerians to enjoy the debates by not saying anything. But one thing is so clear.
It's a rumor that is damaging his name and his
nothing is damaged. Nothing is damaged. He has not bought the form. That will have been the foundation. He could not, having not bought the form, he did not take part in the screening. Having not taken part in the screening, there's no way he will emerge as the flag bearer of the party. It is as simple as ABC.
Now let's round it up with Atiku Abubakar coming in as the APC PDP winner, rather the flag bearer, and Peter Obi coming out. So, what do you think have a chance of competing with these two from the APC?
Elvis, I know you are boiling,
because bigger personalities here is, of course, we have Atiku, we have Tinubu, we have Oshibajo, and there's also a rumor, you know, after President Jonathan came out to say that he should be allowed the opportunity to choose.
No, President Buhari.
President Buhari, rather, you know, to choose. A different kind of rumor come out, and there's one or two names have been, you know, rumored, and one of the name is Tunde Bakare, you know, so which for a while we were seen as not really having a chance, but his name popped. But his name popped up. Who do you think will have a better chance in competing against an Atiku?
First, I want to say that, you know, the PDP, you know, choosing Atiku as their flag bearer, it's really, for me, a great disappointment, particularly considering the fact that, you know, many of us in the South.
We will talk about that.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's the foundation. That's the foundation. That, you know, so at the end of the day, you look at Atiku, for example. He doesn't really have that kind of court following that someone like.
I mean, this is a sticks.
Someone like Buhari had in the past. Even with Buhari's court following, he couldn't really win elections until the people like Tinubu packaged him in the South, and the Southwest, and all of that. It's difficult to say who they can really pick, you know, because politics is beyond just the person. You are looking at the political structure, right? The fallout of the primaries too will determine whether the APC is going to be strong.
Now, forget about who they will pick. Who do you think will be right or will be good to compete?
No, are you talking about someone that can win an election, or someone that I believe, in my own personal view?
However you want to look at it.
For me, the people I wanted to see in the political space, right, where, you know, somebody, Peter Obi coming from the PDP, and someone like Oshibajo coming from the APC. I would have thought that would introduce some, you know, new faces, you know, within
into the Nigerian politics.
System. And so, they still have the chance if they pick him. But feelers from all angles appears to suggest that, you know, he may not really be in contention. Because the president right now is now the big factor. At the end of the day, he's going to decide who they're going to pick, whether you like it or not. He still has a lot of power. He still controls a lot of things, you know, whether finance, funding, people, and people will blindly follow you because you are the president. And so the chances of him getting it, I don't know. I would suggest, I would have thought that they would pick somebody like him. Now, when it comes to matching Atiku's political history, it will be somebody like Tinubu, for example, who could do that. But I'm not a fan of Tinubu, becoming president in 2023 for some reasons which I have expressed, you know, in previous programs. So, you know, if the APC decides to, you know, zone into the South, like some of the governors have openly, I think about the level of the governors from the North, they have said that, look, let's give the power to the South, which makes sense, morally and legally speaking. So they should be looking at someone like Oshibajo who can win an election.
Okay.
Because if you bring Tunde Bakare, for example, the APC is going to collapse. The APC cannot, Bakare candidacy in the APC cannot withstand someone like Atiku's historical prowess in politics and Obi's
personal
appeal to the youth.
It's something we're going to debate in the next
I think we need to quickly clarify something. Tunde Bakare is no longer in the permutation. He has been screened out. We
don't know that because the APC did not come out to give us a clear...
Sir, I can tell you categorically, at least, I wouldn't want to mention any television house. I watched it on a reputable television house.
Okay.
The 13 aspirants that have been screened and those that have been screened out. And I can tell you authoritatively, at least to the extent of that big television house, saying the following persons have been screened out, one of whom is Tunde Bakare. That settles it for me. Okay. Now, like my learned friend has said, he's not a fan of Bola Tinubu. While I am not a politician, I am unapologetically a fan of Bola Tinubu.
Okay.
Right. And now, why do I say this? Taking it from the question you asked, who would I rather prefer to have the ticket? Certainly. If there was anything left in this country called patriotism, if there was anything called political equity, political fairness, political togetherness, for whatever reason, an Atiku should not have emerged. The clamor by the East, they look at the history. We are part of this country. We contribute so much to the history of this country. If truly we are part of this country, more importantly, someone, mark my words, more importantly, the PDP constitution says powers within the party shall be rotated. Now, why would you want to be a gentleman who, when it suits you, you want to obey law? When it is against your interest, you want to say to hell with the law. So I am not comfortable at all.
Now, let's go back to the article. Yeah. Now, of course, his outburst have kind of confirmed a lot that we already know he's the Jagaban, not just of Lagos or
oh, you mean Tinubu now because you said that?
Yes, Tinubu. Yes. Nigeria, he's like the political brain behind the APC. But his outburst in Abeokuta, it's more like a dance on his. Like also confirm that he thinks Nigeria, at least that's what a lot of Nigerians. He thinks ruling Nigeria is a birthright.
No,
it is my turn.
No, sir. Wait, sir. If we must passionately speak truth to each other and to the public, here is a man, as far as I understand, who has been pushed to the wall by persons to whom he has shown favor, from whom he naturally, as a natural human being, expected return. Having rubbed their backs, having promoted them, having given them hope where there was obviously no hope, that when he now needed their support, they appeared to be working against him. Then, at that point, if he came out to thump his chest, to say, but for me, you were sidelined, you were disgraced, you would not have gotten there. He was only giving us the cold facts of his political history, what role he has played. You can juxtapose this and compare this to what Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, has been telling to people how he was able to transform Anambra. Go to Anambra, some persons will tell you that Peter Obi was the worst governor they ever had. That is politics for you. So a Tinubu coming out, I think what I would be more comfortable with, let people come and say, a single thing, or 1, 2, 3 things Tinubu said about the so-called outburst was not true. What he said about the president was scooped up. What he said about Dakwabiedu was not true. What he said about Lagos State was not true. Then, fact will be speaking against facts. But when a man says, like the lizard that falls from an Iroko tree, that's an Igbo proverb, and he looks around, nobody seems to be appreciating him. The lizard says, from that height to this place, he nods his head, I have done well. Tinubu, by way of campaigning anyway, remember he was there to meet the delegates. And you had to meet the delegates before the issue of exchange of dollars, which we had happened in, what do you call it now, during the PDP, allegedly, during the PDP primary. That before whatever we have to give to delegates, look at my track record, look at what I have done, look at what I am willing to do. I have the brain power.
Now, we already know he's been, quote, the kingmaker. Isn't it better for him to just remain a kingmaker?
Oh, no.
A kingmaker doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a king.
Sir.
You already have like godfatherism of politics in Nigeria. I should have just remained in that exalted position. Must he be president? That's the question.
Wait, sir. I will give you an imperfect analogy from the Bible. An imperfect to mark you. They said there was the story of the vineyard owner who gave his vineyard to some workers. At the end of the year, he sent his servants to go and take his rent or proceeds from the farm. They beat the servants, they turned them back. He sent another set of servants, they beat them and sent them back. They said, perhaps if I sent my son, they will recognize my authority in him and give him my due. They seized the son and killed him. Now, for Christians, they know what I'm saying. Now, a Bola Tinubu has looked at what Nigeria today has become under APC. Who felt I can do it better? I think that is the height of patriotism. Then look, for those of you who are saying that I'm a sick man, I admit I may not be the best physically, but when it comes to strategy, when it comes to planning, when it comes to structure.
For a country as complicated as Nigeria, you want to rule without a good health, and you think that...
Sir, wait, sir. The gentleman who is there now...
I mean, if anything, we've learned from what happened in Yaradua.
May I land, sir? The gentleman who is there now has the greatest history of a president going on medical tourism, which they promised they were never going to do. If the gentleman who is there now...
want to repeat that?
Sir, wait, sir. If the gentleman who is there now is still alive and serving, what tells you that Ebola Tinubu will be there and he will die in office? And remember, sir, there's an American, because Nigerians always like to quote America. There was an American president who was president from a wheelchair. Tinubu has been going up and down. He has not fainted. Let's leave all these, with due respect to you, sir. With due respect to Nigerians.
Disability is totally different from
sir,
being
what disability?
sick.
It cannot work.
No, you're talking about the president that ruled from a wheelchair. That's a total different.
So what do you need
it has
to serve this country?
Physical.
What has Peter Obi been saying? What has Wike been saying? They've been saying, look at what we have done. And you say, for a country as complicated as Nigeria, within Nigeria, there's a smaller Nigeria. And that is Lagos.
Anyway.
Tinubu ruled Lagos State for 8 good years.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, wait, sir.
We just have
of Lagos State from just 600 to over 50 billion.
I was just going to say something.
So let's go.
Beyond the outburst, the recent one.
Yes.
I have been following everything he has been saying at different places that he has been to. The only thing he's saying is that I'm entitled to this.
No, it's not entitled. No.
And that's how Nigerians. That's how
message. No, he has not got any other message apart from the fact that this is my turn.
No.
If you go on,
before saying this is my turn,
and you will see.
Sir, gentlemen.
This is the first time he's saying it.
Can we be fair to this man? Can we be fair to this man? We have a foundation. We have the building of the structure. We get to the roofing. Before you got to the conclusion that I deserve it, this is my turn. Look at what I have done. From what I have done in Lagos State.
But that doesn't send a good message.
No, it does, sir.
It looks like he's the owner of Nigeria.
No, I totally disagree. He's saying, no, sir. He's saying, legitimately, I can contest with what I have been able to do in Lagos State. Please give me the opportunity.
Anyway, I'm sorry. If you say Tinubu, for example, is a patriotic Nigerian, he wants to ensure equity in the system, but he should be fighting for the Southeast to get it, and not for the South.
No, that's a different thing entirely.
So
that's a different way. No. Elvis has to say that for a very obvious reason. Now, notwithstanding, Tinubu has the legitimate right constitutionally. If an article will not give it to the East, why should it be a Tinubu from the APC?
Because you say it's patriotic. Maybe Atiku is not patriotic.
It's a party thing.
Anyway,
it's a party thing.
Because